What if somebody crosses over and they're still not healed? Welcome to Mediumship Sparks. I'm Noelle Dean, intuitive medium, licensed therapist, and your host. I am endlessly amazed by how Spirit reaches out to us, supports us, and loves us, sometimes in the most surprising and unexpected ways. If, like me, you're drawn to those sparks of insight that bring you greater peace, healing, flow, and just make everything make more sense, whether you're finding us for the first time or we have already shared this space, I'm so happy you're here. This is the first in a 3-part series, following up from a reading that was done that did not go the way either of us expected. And the question remains, can you cross over and still not be healed? What is your real question?
The one question was, were you talking about my reading on the podcast with Carol?
I was thinking about you because we had just had that reading, but I actually have had other experiences with readings. I want to say about half a dozen where I had not like the fuck you, Noelle Dean. That was from your mom.
I knew it. I just got confirmation chills. I just knew. I'm
And I didn't want to
sorry.
say it. No, it's all, look, it's all good. I'm grateful she didn't really hang around much after, because that would have been more of a problem for me. I'm not taking it personally, and she can express whatever she wants. Part of having good boundaries and discernment is not keeping those things. But I have interacted with other mothers that were just still, I'll just say, disturbed. No, other people might not say that. I don't know if I am a bit more of like an opening to that because I'm a therapist or something about me or my
You
own
don't know
family.
this, but I'm a therapist also. I'm an LCSW.
Oh, I probably knew that, but yeah.
Not that
So
it mattered, but
if you did this kind of work, you might also attract that kind of stuff because you can sift through it differently than somebody who's not trained. Even my own sister, when she first passed, I could feel this sort of devious energy was still there for a while because she left hating on me. And then, yeah, I think we talked a little bit about that. It's hard to
no,
remember
I know.
exactly. It's coming back a little bit
But
now that
she
I think we
came
might have
to
talked
the
about that.
reading as well. She was there when you were doing my reading, your sister, I think, to help with Carol, my mother. I have a couple questions. So does your
Sure.
sister normally pop in readings? Okay.
You're right. I do remember that too. And no, it might have happened with one other reading since she passed, and that was like a year and a half ago, but it might not have.
And I'm just asking because it was a very different experience. It was very real. Not that I should say otherwise, but it felt real. It felt very much like Carol's personality.
I think I might have shared with you at the time about people coming in with a supervisor. Okay.
Right?
Not
But
that
was
I
my
noticed.
So do you think your sister was supervising her, or do you think my aunt maybe was supervising her without it looking like a supervisor? I don't know your world to know how to ask that.
I would have to ask because I don't really know. I know some people can close their eyes or have their eyes open and they see the spiritual world around them. I'm not one of those people. When somebody makes their presence known to me, I'll get a visual sense of them. Sometimes I see a face. When it's somebody who was alive, I see a face or I'll just see a little side profile. When it's energetic being like a guide, often I won't see that much description. I think I've seen a guide's face once, and that was like a month ago. Mediumship grows over time. So things get clearer and more coming to life kind of thing as I continue to practice. So I would have needed to stay aware enough to ask in that moment. I could ask now, but I'm also not in a space where I really want to connect with your mom. But I
Right.
could ask my sister. I feel safe asking her. So let me just see if she's here. Oh, really? Aw. She's saying she's here to protect me. And she's commenting about your mom, sorry, but she's saying about your mom that she was evil witchy.
I want you to be honest because
Yeah,
I'm
I
really
know. And
struggling with the passing. She was those things.
mm,
So I don't want you to hold back because as creepy as it is, it's like justification of why I had to really keep myself and my son away from her.
and look, I'm with you on getting, and I'm getting some confirmation chills, like validation for how somebody really was. And sometimes it might only be in your gut or your discernment that you feel their true nature and not on their behavior or how other people saw them and that kind of thing. So I'm hearing you and I'm listening to you. I felt a little more protective of you when you were here because you didn't need to hear that she said, fuck you to me. I'm trying to remember if she said it while you were still here. And I think she did, but you had enough coming through. And I might have even asked, should I share this part? And you'd gotten dumped on enough about how weird it all went. That sort of like snaky kind of thing came in as one thing. Maybe that was the part that she wanted to present. And then it got really weird. I've got chills. My fingers are freezing. So there's presence here. I'm going to take that as a good way. Chills all down my legs. All right. My sister's telling me, don't worry. Okay. Oof. So with the other people that I connected with that clearly still had, let's say, some personality disorder stuff that lingered, it wasn't like how your mom presented, where she was acting all like healed and then suddenly it changed. They were like that. It took me a little while to feel it, but I don't think that they were trying to be deceptive in the way that I feel like that's how your mom came across.
I don't know if you can answer this, but what do you think the reason would be for her to be deceptive? Is that for you not to think she was evil, for me to think she's changed? And I don't know that you can answer that.
I'm asking my sister right now, why did she present that way? My sister's saying duality. Can you give us a little more explanation? I'm seeing the words good and evil, not just evil, but like bad. And something about whipping things together. I know this is going to sound weird, but let's see how it unfolds. She's given me a visual sense of whipping things together, like making whipped cream. You've got this motion and you're adding things to it to give it a certain presentation. But in some ways, it feels a bit like the word hoax is coming to mind. Because it's like, it's a bunch of fluff. And maybe there's a little bit of an ingredient of hopefulness. I want this fluff to be the truth. Because I don't want to think of myself as, man, am I a shitty person? Am I getting that right? Okay. She's saying, sorry about your mom.
There's nothing you could say to me that's going to hurt me more than my mother already has.
Like, I hear you. And I know it does only validate your experience and your decisions that you made when she was here. And even now, there is a belief that when people cross, that really they just take love with them. I don't know if other people would have this kind of experience, but I'm clear about the experiences I have that I think are a lot more real in this kind of way that people haven't healed yet. I'm grateful to my sister. I think I might have already expressed this to her before. She's saying not really in great detail, but obviously, so I'm saying this to her, Lisa, you obviously went off and did some healing that you're a lot like, she's using the word clear, that she's clear. And she's showing me this sense of duality that she lived in life where there were people, and this is a common personality disorder thing, is there are people that she idealized and people that were shit on the bottom of her shoe. And the sense she's giving me about your mom is that that wasn't the kind of duality she actually lived in. I think more or less everybody was shit to her. So with my sister, she's looking at it like she almost had a little more balance than your mom would have had. And she's saying about your mom that like nasty, I hate to use the word evil but anyway, just meaning like horribleness, evilness, like that seeped in deeper with your mom than it did with my sister. My sister's also saying that she also felt very motivated to stop being unhealed from her life. And part of that is because I'm a medium and I would be communicating with her. And if I'm picking up on this correctly, and I think I am, the one grandmother who always shows up with my sister, even now, if I do a podcast, the two of them show up. They've been doing that for quite some time now. What's feeling to me is that grandma was like a big influence on her, like getting her act together quickly.
Does your sister know for whose benefit was Carol trying to present in a positive light?
I think it's you, that she wanted to create a pretty picture. She's aware of your thoughts of her outlook, like how she used to be. She wanted to have, I guess, a pretty picture for a few minutes. Maybe she did. So Lisa, did Carol want to see herself through Christina's eyes in a better light in that moment? My sister's saying it was for selfish reasons. Because Carol knows full well she hasn't changed, that she's still unhealed. And my sister's saying that Carol has no intention yet to be healed, at least in that meeting. Lisa, have you been in touch with her since? And is she here now? I feel like she's not here now. I certainly didn't call her to be here. Not that means that much. Sometimes people just show up anyway. But I don't want to get overly emotional, but my sister was not a protective big sister when she was here. We just didn't have that relationship. But right now, I'm just getting a visual of her holding up her arms as if she's blocking out any negative energy right now. Yeah. So she's being protective, I think, of both of our spaces right now, which is good because I don't want to interact with Carol. Yeah.
And I guess that's where, so it was weird. It was weird when we left. I said that I felt weird leaving you, not that you needed me for anything, but it felt weird to leave you with that kind of experience. But then Michael was supposed to take her home. So I guess part of my confusion is how did she, or were the messages before he took her home? The FU part, was that before or after he came and got her?
Oh, a piece of her energy was still there. I won't remember the timing of it. If you listen to the audio recording, you won't be able to tell because I didn't tell you when she said that. That's the only thing I wouldn't have told you, by the way, because that was directed at me is the only reason. And it didn't seem necessary to share that. But
it was probably when you said that she was blaming you for something, is maybe when she was saying,
okay,
because that's what you said. You said all of a sudden you're like, it's my fault. And then I was like, of course it's your fault because that's Carol. Carol wants to blame everybody but take accountability. Maybe it was during that time.
That would have been when she said that, because then that did tell me that she was blaming me or she was angry, directed at me. Maybe that's part of why I'm not feeling her here now, is that he did lock her out in some ways. And I do feel like my sister is letting me know she's here protecting our space as well. But yeah, there's a powerful evilness within her. That's what my sister's saying.
So is there anything that I could or should do to protect myself from her in any way?
I feel like I want to say, do what you believe will protect you, because I really think that's like part of it. But what I saw was like quartz crystals. So do you know what they look like?
I have crystals everywhere. Like I'm holding one right now.
Perfect.
Right now.
Fluorite, yeah.
But I have some, and I have rose quartz right here.
Perfect.
But in my bedroom, I can also make sure that I think I have a lot of quartz in different places.
Good. I'm seeing some kind of a little bit chunkier, chunkier ones. And I'm seeing them on a few windowsills. I'm seeing one in the front of your house by your front door, one in a bathroom where you shower, and one in your bedroom. Consider one for your kitchen if you've got a window in there, and it just to live on the windowsill. Yeah. Could be selenite, but it looks more distinctly like quartz.
Like the selenite? Okay.
Oh yeah, love those. Yeah.
And that comes in different colors, right? I think there's an orange one. I know you said whatever I believe in. I have crystals, and then I have holy water from the Vatican and from Israel by my bed. I have rosaries from Israel and the Vatican from my bed. I'm not religious. I was like raised Catholic. I don't practice it, but those things are just doesn't hurt. I have something hanging on my bedroom door that someone gave me back in the 90s that I swear has protected me ever since. That's a Catholic token. I have sage. I have it all. If there's anything else that you think I need.
Well, I'm just trying to see what comes to me. Me, Noelle, I have no opinion about it. I kept seeing a cross, and a good sized cross laying like on its side somewhere where there's sunlight. I think there's metal and wood, on this cross? Maybe it's metal and mounted on wood. Do you have something like that? You're smiling.
I got one from Israel. I
Oh,
have two because I gave my aunt the one that we connected with also. I have the
mm.
one I gave her as well. So I have two.
Aw.
One
Did you
that
just,
stands up and
right.
one lays down.
Beautiful. Did you just get confirmation chills? Is that why you're rubbing your
Yeah.
arms?
Sorry,
Gotcha.
I didn't even, yeah.
No, that's good. That's validation that what we're saying is true and accurate. I'm being shown that visual. So I would put those, and for some reason, windowsills are sticking out. And the thing that you've got on your bedroom door, just check in with your own sense of what feels right to maybe put that in the inside of your front door. I got a visual of that, but you have to decide for yourself. And I hear you about not taking your crystals outside because you've got a lot of them. Are you doing other things to periodically cleanse them or rejuvenate them?
I probably could do that.
Okay.
I could probably, they probably need it.
So some people sage, some people just send positive energy Reiki to them. You could use sound therapy thing, probably something off of YouTube or something like that,
I have
or
a
Palo
sounding
Santo.
bowl, one of the singing bowls too. I have a
That could
singing bowl.
work. You're really intuitive. Use your intuition to see what feels right. You could also sage or Palo Santo or send love and Reiki, whatever feels right, especially after having that reading, still sitting with you so much. Maybe just for your own, yeah, I took care of all the things I could think to do. Maybe it's like just working with a toxic client. There's a part of you that's going to feel like slimed by their energy when you spend time with them. You try not to think about them, but they can infiltrate. Or the psychiatrist that used to supervise us would talk about somebody who had a borderline personality traits. They borrow on your ego strength. She used to say that a lot. I would be freaking exhausted by this person, even if I didn't see them. I would just be energetically exhausted by them.
I used to take my bracelets outside too when I would take my crystals. I used
Yeah.
to wear them all the time when I was working. Because again, working with
Mm,
clients and you're a therapist, you don't want to bring home
yeah.
that energy as much as you can.
Yeah. Maybe even taking off
Yeah,
the clothes that you wore that day for work because the energy can
right.
stick even to that. You could selenite yourself real quick or just wipe the energy off. I do that a lot if I feel it in a particular place. I do check in about what jewelry to wear every day. So I wouldn't have thought to wear any of this stuff, but that's what I was shown to wear or got a yes on. That's what I'm wearing to support me for today. But if I was into crosses and I believed in that or any other symbol, I'd be wearing a bunch of those probably.
Yeah, it's more symbolic to me than religious, if that makes sense. I don't like the Catholic religion at all, but I was in Catholic school for years, so those things feel like a crystal to me. Like
Mm.
rosary beads to me are like also a crystal. And I bought one. It's actual crystals, the rosary.
That's a nice idea. And look, I get it about rosary beads in particular, because those are things that people handle and they pray with. And you're infusing a lot of energy in whatever you hold when you're doing those activities. So it totally makes sense that would feel a bit sacred to you in that way.
Which is interesting because it's in a box. I don't ever handle them, but maybe they should come out of the box.
Check in about it and see.
Yeah.
Maybe it's good to have them out and not handled. Or I don't know. I don't know those beads, but I would hold them in the box even and just ask, what purpose are they here to serve? Maybe they're like, oh my God, let me out of the freaking box already. Who knows? Use your intuition, trust yourself. You could even visualize it. You don't even have to touch it and just have that like curious mindset and see what comes to you.
So, is there anything I can do to get Carol to heal faster or anything at all that I can do to help her?
All
Though
right.
she doesn't deserve it, is there anything I can do to help her?
Okay. So I'm getting but she's another human being. And we
Right.
can all say that all of us are deserved to heal. Based on her behavior, I can understand why you would feel the way that you feel about her for sure. I got an immediate no because it's not your responsibility. I don't want to put my memory down, but let's say in moments like this, I particularly am not looking to remember anything. So if something pops in, it's a message. So I'm feeling very reminded of a conversation I heard, I think, on a podcast about somebody's loved one passing, and they asked their family to pray for them. I don't remember what the situation was, but it did help that soul heal faster. This is how it's coming to me. If it feels genuine and true in your heart to do that, then it would be an act of compassion.
To pray for her or whatever that would be. Because I did do the release prayers for her when she was dying that Carol's sister had wanted me to do. She didn't ask me until I said, like, I needed to let her go. Like the cutting cords, I've done that a few times, but I don't know. So yeah, like I did the release prayers. So maybe there's some other kind of something.
That's different than praying for somebody's healing. The cord cutting is, I am releasing you from me. And I am releasing.
No, I did that, but there's Catholic prayers for people that are dying to allow them a peaceful death.
Oh.
There were like 3 prayers. I never heard of it either. So when Carol was sick, then she said there's the prayers for a peaceful death and like an easy death. So right the day Carol died, I said all the prayers and did the cord cutting all at the same time to cover all my bases. But the prayers were, I want to say for her, we know it's also for me because that's my closure, I guess. I wasn't sending peaceful death prayers. I don't normally pray.
Sometimes I say I prayed for this, but sometimes what really it is, I'm begging for something. Please do this, please. Or please, if it's for the highest good, have it go this way for this person, kind of thing. And look, you're a compassionate human being and you have a lot of empathy for her, that she is in a fucked up mindset. Even in her passing, she's still there. So that could be something to be like, hey, please have mercy on her, support her to heal, help her find genuine peace to her soul. I'm getting confirmation chills on that. That feels right. Having that intention feels right, but the doing of it, I'm getting is very optional for you. Thank you for spending this time with me on Mediumship Sparks. I truly believe that with mediumship, the only real limit is our imagination. If this podcast speaks to you, please rate and subscribe. If it could be useful to someone you care about, please share it. If you're interested in a reading or getting some support to navigate the spiritual path you're on or the one you want to be on, I offer a free consultation to discuss what you're looking for and how I can help. Learn more about my readings and classes at connectingwithnoelle.com. Subscribe on YouTube, Connecting with Noelle, for helpful videos and video podcast episodes. Take good care of yourself, and I look forward to being with you again soon.